for what you want, whether that is a manager, whether that's reaching out to a recruiter about a role that you think is really interesting. Ask for what you want, because, you know, the worst thing that can happen is that person's going to say no or ignore your request. Don't go it alone. I think there is a lot of value in collaborating and asking for help. You don't need to, there's so many amazing resources that you can tap into, whether it's people on LinkedIn, various professional organizations, your alumni association at school, and career services. You don't have to do this alone. There are some really, really great resources to tap into. This is a big one. Number 3, few career choices are irreversible, right? Unless you commit a crime that gets you, put in jail or banned from your industry, or you incur some kind of bodily injury that makes it hard for you to do your job. There are very few career moves that you can't turn around and like go back and do something different. I went in-house. I only lasted as a brand manager for about a year and a half. It wasn't for me, but it was fine, right? I actually was interviewing with Accenture before I took the job at Hilton. I said, no, thanks. I want to go and try working in-house. When that didn't work out, I went back to Accenture and I said, hey, are you still hiring? I went and tried the in-house thing. It wasn't for me. Here's why. And here's why I think it would make me a good fit for Accenture. And I actually got hired in at a higher level than I was interviewing for 2 years prior. So again, if you take a job and it's not the right one, it's rarely the end of the world unless you get into some legal trouble. Maintain a growth mindset. I think that this is so, so important. Let's be clear, a growth mindset is different than toxic positivity. I'm not saying try and put a positive lens on everything, because not everything that happens is good. But I think even bad experiences are a really, really important opportunity to think about. It tells you what you don't want, right? Working in a house wasn't great for me because I got really, really bored working on the same brand and the same channels and speaking to the same audience all the time. So I learned that. I learned that I like being in an environment with a lot of variety, and a lot of autonomy over what I work on. And that's what I look for now when I'm exploring new career opportunities. The last one is that I know I just spent the past 40 minutes talking about work. Work won't love you back. Making your job, your profession, your identity is not safe, right? We are in an era of mass layoffs, especially working for publicly traded companies. Companies will often prioritize the bottom line over people. So I really encourage everybody. It's awesome if you work in a career that is inspiring, where you get to solve interesting problems, where you love your colleagues, but also make sure that you keep other things in your life that energize you, that you're a well-rounded person. You might be surprised that those things actually influence your career as well, and take you in an entirely new, different, more satisfying direction that you hadn't considered in the first place.